Hi everybody, thank you for watching. My name is David. This is CNXG. Today is the question and answer videos where I'm answering all your guys' questions from last Monday's Q&A. And any questions you guys have today, please go down below and ask me, and I will answer them in the next Q&A every single Monday. I want to thank you, Willa, for your donation. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your kind gesture there. Really helps me keep me going. Thank you. Appreciate you. And all I ask from you guys, please, when you ask me a question, all I want is your location. It can be general, okay? Appreciate it. Thank you. So let's get started right away. First question is from Trey. Is it possible for the narcissist to change for the new supply? He was physically and mentally abusive now that he's with who he wants to be with now. Now that he's with who he wants to be with now. So you're saying he seems different, and this is common, you guys. You know, most of you that watch my videos all the time know that I answered this a lot and learn about personality disorders. Personality disorders means that's their personality. That's who they are. Okay, so you're asking someone to change who they are. Okay, so you're asking me directly, is it possible for the narcissist to change for the new supply? Change what? Change who they are? Not really. I don't think so. It's pretty hard. I mean, they can change behaviors. They can stop behaviors. I don't know how in control he is of his behavior. I don't know if he wants to change. I don't know what's going on, but usually, typically, it's a pattern and it's a cycle. So he's doing the same thing he was with you. And if it, you know, I'm guessing that they were really good in the beginning with you, and now they're really good in the beginning with them. And it's just a pattern. And usually, typically, that if he abused you, he's going to abuse, or he or she, you didn't specify, sorry, but typically, if they abuse you, they keep abusing people, okay? It's not you, it's them, okay? Keep learning. Keep learning. Listen to other people's stories, okay? And I hope you have somebody there to talk to and help you with this. Thank you. Carol from Switzerland. Hello, Carol. How can they just show up a year or two later and act like nothing happened, even after such a dramatic split? Well, Carol, they don't know how to handle anything like this at all. That's why they can't be in relationships, okay? You're talking about a very young, emotional child is what you're dealing with. So they can't deal with, you know, talking about things they did wrong, or, you know, discussing in a nice way things that you did that made them feel bad and stuff like this. They can't do that. So they're not going to do it. So don't try to get them to. But now, why do they come back a year or two later and act like nothing happened? Well, they can't deal with it. But what they're doing is they're coming back seeking, one, validation, two, they want whatever they had before, okay? And three, he may have some other ulterior motives. I don't know, okay? But typically this is a pattern, and it could be, you know, a week later, 6 months later, 6 years later. I've heard of 25 years later. I think I've heard of more. So that's what they do. So they have attachment problems. They never break that attachment. They never have closure or learn how to get over the person they were dating and get through that, you know, and deal with this process correctly. And therefore they keep you in their head and they ruminate, and then they try and go back to you because they feel like total crap all the time. They are in lots of pain and hurt, and they feel that you're going to make them feel better because you've made them feel good before. Okay, things like that. Hope that helps. Thank you. Tara, I wish we knew where you're from, Tara. Can you talk about how those of us who constantly apologize to our abusers, even for their abuse, and took their part of the blame, can find a healthy balance? Well, you know, it's just therapy does these kinds of things. It really helps you with these kinds of things. And, you know, we are all responsible for what we do. If you are finding yourself, if you feel like you're taking the blame for what they did, most likely you need to just keep looking at yourself. And there's probably a lot of things you need to work on yourself. And once you do that, you will come to terms with, and it'll be easier to deal with what they did to you. Talking about what they did to you with a therapist or anyone professional like that really helps you process the things that happened and how you felt and why. Okay, so we need to do these things. It's a healthy process. Okay, just like when you lose a loved one, there's a process to grieving and stuff like this. And if you don't do that, these emotions and this traumatic experience kind of stays with you forever. I'm telling you guys, you don't want to try to do this alone. Okay? Get help. Vicky from Fremont Bay area. Hello, Vicky. I'm very concerned my ex-narcissist just got out of jail and he took on someone's personality in jail. Unfortunately, it's somebody with a mental illness. I don't recognize my ex. Is it possible he could have met somebody crazier than him? I don't know who I'm dealing with. And Vicky, I don't know who you're dealing with either. I really don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know if he has a mental illness. I wouldn't know. You know, I don't know, Vicky. But, you know, you're saying I don't know who I'm dealing with. I hope that means you just don't know what to expect from this person as you aren't talking to them. Because you don't have to deal with this person directly. You have the authorities deal with this person. And this person, you know, and I read another comment you wrote about something, how they're outside back behind your house talking to themselves and mumbling and all this kind of stuff. Just get the police involved. Go for a restraining order. Things like this. Get a lawyer to help you with that. Okay, Vicky? So we don't deal with him at all. I don't care how scared you are. You don't open the door for him. If you're scared of him, we don't talk to him. If you don't know what's wrong with him, don't try and figure it out. Stay away from him. It's his job to get himself help. If he's not going to, we stay away from people like that. Okay? Good luck. Jay Strada from P-Town. Hello. My younger sister is displaying narcissistic traits. She has begun drinking and is neglecting her children. I want to be a supportive aunt to the children, but don't know how without threatening my own healing and recovery. Well, don't forget that we take care of ourselves first. So if you're in a situation where you're not sure what else to do, then you can't be a part of that. Okay? I know you want to be the best aunt, but you also have to be the best person to yourself. This person, your sister, needs an intervention. Meaning, I'm not saying intervention, I'm saying something needs to intervene. Okay? So, I would document stuff. You know, but I mean, you know, this is just one of those personal questions where, you know, is there nothing you can do to help or fix this? If there isn't, then you can't control this situation. It's not your fault. It's not your responsibility. It's hers. I understand you don't know what to do, but the way the law is, there's not much we can do. Try and intervene with your sister. Try and bring this right to her face and show her and tell her in a nice way. You know, if you want someone to accept something, then you roll the red carpet out for them. You don't just go, you do, okay? Figure out what you can do and do it. And if there's nothing you can do, you remove yourself. I'm sorry. I know that's horrible. I mean, other than that, I don't know. Get a lawyer for advice. See if there's any legal advice, anything legally you can do. I'm sorry I can't offer more help. Mazar. I'm no contact with X, but don't have her blocked on Facebook. She continuously unblocks and blocks me. Why? First of all, stop looking and block her and be done with her. And stop trying to figure out what's going on. Stop holding on to any hope. Stop feeding into, you know, real primal urges of missing her and wanting to go to her. Why is she doing this? I wouldn't know. How would I know? My guess, it sounds like she's trying to, without being vulnerable and saying, hi, Mazar, I want you back. I want to see what you're doing. I want to talk to you. I want to have sex with you, whatever it is. They're unblocking you and leaving it open for you to communicate with them. And then you don't, and they get upset and they block you. They go, oh, they feel vulnerable. And then they come back and unblock you and leave it open. Or they're simply unblocking you to look at your page. And when they're done, they unblock you. Two guesses. I don't know. Stop looking. And it won't bother you. Okay? Good luck. Sarah, I'd love to know where all of you are from. Please leave us your location so that we all know kind of where you are from. Thank you. I left my ex when I was 2 months pregnant, and he doesn't want to see his son at all. How can I explain this to my child? How can I raise him to be a healthy man? So, be glad that he doesn't want to be a part of the son's life. Try and make a motion to make it permanent, okay? How do you explain this to my child? You don't need to explain much. You can say their father is ill or sick, you know, something, until the child is old enough to understand that it's not the child's fault. And that's something you want to make very clear. That is nothing to do with the child, and the child is great, and the child is awesome, and your father loves you, whatever you got to do, man. Just get the child raised without the father around and the child not too hurt about it. And when they start asking more serious questions, you can start telling them a little more. How can I raise them to be a healthy man? By you being a healthy person and being a healthy mother. A healthy mother who takes care of herself automatically takes care of the child appropriately. Okay? So take good care of yourself. That'll help you take good care of the child. Learn about emotional needs that your child needs and meet them. That's how your child will know what to do and become a great person. Also, it doesn't help, it doesn't hurt to try and have your child around some, men that are good men. That helps, okay? But also know that a father's role is to guide, direction, and be a part of that child's life. So we're not going to overcompensate, but also try and direct your child and be a part of his life. Be involved, okay? Thank you. Then, you know what? I'm going to stop the part 1 here. Okay, guys? So that's the end of part 1, and I'm sailing right through this. That's okay. So stay tuned for part 2. Thank you guys very much. If you could please be so kind to help me do what I'm doing by getting this stuff out, find different ways and avenues, and put it on social media and different groups, okay? Please, there's a lot of people suffering out there. One little click can save their life. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in part 2. Love yourself first. Bye-bye.